What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Bigboysnacksjonnytv. Welcome back to the channel. And tonight I'll go my AEW Dynamite review on highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please go watch the video all the way to the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, follow my social media down below in the description because I'm on the road to 7K. And go check out my WWE NXT review on highlights that I posted yesterday on the channel. And let's get started. Now, AEW Dynamite was a very good show, and that's all I got to say. And I am so hyped for AEW All In. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. But AEW Dynamite was a good show tonight. All right, it says we kick off the show with Tony Schiavone in the ring, welcoming us to the contract signing for the TBS Championship match at AEW All In. He introduced the challenger as Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, makes her way to the ring. Dr. Britt Baker stands behind one of the chairs as Mercedes Moné is introduced next. The TBS champion being accompanied by Camille as the CEO heads to the ring. All right. Tony Schiavone addressed the match set for this Sunday at Wembley Stadium, addressing the agreement of no physicality at this contract signing before Mercedes Moné telling everyone in Card- Cardiff to say hello to their CEO. She promised that when she beats Dr. Britt Baker at AEW All In, everyone will know that Dr. Britt Baker is the past and Mercedes Moné is the future. Dr. Bitbreaker grabs the mic, reminding Mercedes Moné that she came to All In hobbling in on crutches and what was it? It says hobbling on crutches. Yeah, where was I at? It says hobbling in on crutches and stating that before there was a CEO, there was a DMD. Mercedes Moné mocks Dr. Britt Baker before running her challenger down, only to be cut off by a chant from the crowd. I cannot repeat here. She addressed this before calling Dr. Britt Baker out, saying she doesn't have the guts to win this match, promising the DMD will not beat Mercedes Moné at AEW All In. Dr. Britt Baker responds by addressing the legacy of Mercedes Moné, saying she walked so Britt Baker could run as one of the first females in the company. Mercedes Moné is sitting in the ring right now. Dr. Britt Baker promised to follow the rules and not go after Mercedes Moné, but says Carmel is getting on her nerves before lunging at the brick house. Alright. Mercedes Moné briefly gets involved before she and Camille escapes the ring, with Britt Baker standing tall with the TBS Championship in hand as we cut away. That was a very good segment between Mercedes Moné and Dr. Britt Baker DMD. That was a very good segment to kick off the show. R says, alright, we go backstage where Renee Paquette talks to Chris Jericho about his match against Tommy Billington tonight. Chris Jericho wants down the fact Tommy is using the Dynamite Kid moniker, claiming he doesn't have the right to use that name before stating Billington isn't as good and that the learning tree will prove that tonight. That with that, Chris Jericho walks off as we cut to ringside where he and his students head down for our next for our next match. I don't like the learning tree. That backstage segment between the learning tree, which is terrible. Get the learning tree off my television set. I don't care about the learning tree. All right, let's move on. Tommy Billington makes his way to the ring next to a big pop from the crowd before this match gets underway. All right, so we get Chris Jericho versus Dynamite Kid Tommy Billington, and this match right here, yeah, this match right here was how do I say? This match was okay for what it was. It was just okay for what it was. All right. It says the two lock up only for Jericho to be showed to the mat by Billington. Another lockup follows with Tommy getting the learning tree in a side headlock before taking to the ropes. He cannot get Chris Jericho down at first, but finally manages to send him to the canvas with a shoulder tackle. This gets followed by Billington getting on the turnbuckle, going up top for a missile dropkick that sends Jericho to the outside. Tommy goes after the learning tree, wary of his students as he sends Chris Jericho back into the ring. But Chris Jericho distracts the referee, allowing Big Bill to get the jump on the Dynamite Kid before we go to picture in picture. We're back from picture in picture. The attack gives Jericho an opening to strike again, going after Billington at ringside before bringing him back in for more damage in the corner. Tommy starts fighting back, but the learning tree is able to turn it right back around in his favor with a little help from his students. Billington back to his feet as Jericho quickly draws him with a back suplex, setting Tommy up on the ropes as we return from break. Billington fights back with some right hands before taking it to the ropes for speed, but he and Jericho crash with a double crossbody. They slowly fight back to their feet as Chris Jericho gets sent to the ropes, where Tommy hits him with a running clothesline followed by a dropkick. Body slam by the Dynamite Kid keeps Jericho at bay until the Learning Tree stops himself at the ropes, forcing Billington to fall to the mat, and Jericho follows up with a lion salt that gives him a 2 count. Billington sent to the corner, but the Dynamite Kid catches him by surprise for an airfall of its own as Jericho gets back up, dropping Tommy down for the walls of Jericho. Billington is struggling as we see Big Bill taunting him from ringside, but Tommy managed to get to the bottom rope, forcing a break. Billington back to his feet once more, hitting a snap suplex on Jericho before catching the learning tree with a tombstone pile driver. But Tommy isn't done here as he goes up top for a diving headbutt. Brian Keith tries to will on Jericho to get up, and Billington responds with a dive onto the bad apple. Instead, Big Bill tried to intervene but is sent down by the Dynamite Kid, who goes back up for another shot at Jericho, who catches him with a cold breaker that gets the Learning Tree to win. The winner of the match by pinfall, Chris Jericho. The match was okay for what it was. Alright. Chris Jericho grabs a mic after the match to run down Hook ahead of their FTW title match on Sunday, saying he was here tearing him apart, bench by bench, which draws out the man himself as Hook makes a beeline for the ring to stare the Learning Tree down. Hook gets blindsided by Big Bill, who hosts him up for a massive chokeslam before Jericho and his students stand tall in the ring. All right, let's move on. So we go to commercial break. Back at ringside, Toni Storm makes her way to the ring for our next match as she defends the AEW Women's World Champion ahead of a massive match set for All In. Out next is the challenger as Tony former Outcast mate Saraya heads to the ring alongside Harley Cameron before this match gets underway. So we get the AEW Women's World Championship match. Timeless Tony Storm defends against Saraya. And this match right here, um, this was a solid title match. This match was solid for what it was. All right, Saraya charges at the champ, who takes her challenger down with an arm drag before posing to a good reaction from the crowd. Saraya goes at Tony Storm again, only for Tony Storm to hit another arm drag in a pose. This leads to exchange of holds between the champs and challenger, with Tony Storm shades throwing shades of a world of sports style before catching Soraya with a cradle for a near fall. Soraya escapes the champs, grabs to get to the apron, her yelling, causing Tony Storm to respond in calm before going after the challenger. Tony Storm gets sent to the floor as Soraya distracts the referee, allowing Harley Cameron to get some shots in before Soraya follows up, just as we head to picture in picture. We're back from picture in picture. Soraya continues to wear the champion down, bringing Tony Storm back into the ring to lay into her with some stumps in the corner. Tony Storm gets back to her feet, trading strikes with the challenger before one particularly big strike takes both women to the mat. The referee beginning a count before they fight back to their feet as we come back from break. Um, the strikes keep coming until Tony Storm catches away with the DDT. And a fisherman's suplex, but only get a 2 count as Soraya is able to kick out. Soraya takes the champ down with a nightcap for a near fall of her own before sending Tony Storm to the corner for a big sunset powerbomb and a good night off the turnbuckle for the cover, only for Tony Storm to grab the bottom rope to force a break. Tony Storm starts fighting back until Harley Cameron hops onto the apron to intervene, and the champ responds with a lip lock that sends Harley Cameron down to the floor. Soraya tries to blindside Tony Storm, but is rolled up for a near fall, and Tony Storm hits her with a lip lock, followed by the Storm Zero to pick up the win and retain. The winner by pinfall and still your AEW Women's World Champion, Timeless Tony Storm. This was a solid match. Her celebration is cut short as Mariah May rushes into the ring to lay the champion out, holding Tony Storm closely and mocking her before making her way out of the ring with one of Thomas Tony Storm's shoes as as a reminder of what was to come. All right, let's move on. We cut backstage where the conglomeration talks about an upcoming match against the Undisputed Kingdom at Collision, with how much was said between Mark Briscoe and Kyle Riley. I don't know that I can do the promo justice with a recap. All right, commercial break. Back at ringside, Will Ospreay makes his way to the ring to a huge pop from the colorful crowd, a pop that quickly turns to jeer as MJF's music hits, signaling the arrival of the American champion. MJF heads to the ring, taunting the crowd to stay quiet before we can get things started in this face to face. Will Ospreay gets the crowd to calm just enough to pop even louder by the mention of the town before Will Ospreay asked them to give MJF a warm welcome, which draws a lot more jeering from the crowd. Will Ospreay remarks that it's a surprise to see Englishman this loves and Wells before talking about his history with the area. He ends this by saying that Sunday is all about cleaning up the mess that MJF made and that they should call him Barry Scott after Sunday because Bang and the dirt is gone. MJF gets the microphone running down Will Ospreay before turning his attention to the crowd, refusing to give into their demands. MJF says that top bright brass and AEW and Warner Bros. Discovery begging him to come back before he was fully held fully healed to clean up Will Ospreay's mess, only for Will Ospreay to cut him off. Will Ospreay talks about MJF's rise to the top of the company, saying that those watching on the outside were laughing at what was on display. He says that MJF talks about being begged to come to show up at work, where Tony Khan came to Will Ospreay despite having 3,000 people in their name signed to please put on a good wrestling match because Tony couldn't relay on their world champion to do it. All right. He talks about the feeling before saying he is the feeling, which MJF mocks before saying he doesn't care about catering to these people. He only cares about doing what Americans do best, and that is win. He says believe Tony when he said the company was safe in Will Ospreay's hands, but who is Will Ospreay with the question mark? The crowd seems to know as they chant Will Ospreay's name while MJF says everyone knows who he is. The best wrestler on God's green earth. He asked Will Ospreay who told him he was the best in the world, mocking the crowd for knowing nothing about pro wrestling, and says that's true because they like Will Ospreay's matches. MJF talks about the facts. reminding everyone that he is the longest reigning AEW World Champion. MJF states, I'm sorry, MJF stares Will Ospreay down, saying he and the fans can feel all they want because he is the facts, and facts don't care about feelings. Will Ospreay responded by saying that facts can be rewritten, but what can't be rewritten is how people feel. MJF doesn't know who Will Ospreay is. He can go all around Europe, Japan, and the world and ask who the best wrestler in the world is, and they will all tell him it's Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay confronts MJF for letting people down, and those who love him turn their backs on him. MJF interjects, saying that these people love him until Will Ospreay shows up and ruin everything, stopping his tracks as the crowd jeers. MJF as the crowd cheers, MJF then starts bringing up Will Ospreay's wife and children, which angers Will Ospreay enough to ask Tony Schiavone to check with Tony Khan on how much the fine is for attacking him right now. Tony Schiavone says it costs 10,000 pounds sterling, roughly 127,000, and Will Ospreay says it'll be worth it launching at the champ. Security security rushes in to break things up, but it doesn't take long for them to be clear of the ring before MJF used his AEW Dynamite ring to lay out Will Ospreay. The challenger is busted open as MJF threatens to hit him with the Tiger Driver until security intervenes once again, with Chris Daniels rushing in to help check on Laws where MJF leaves the ring as his music hits, reminding us that he is the best as we go to commercial. That was a good segment between MJF and Will Ospreay. But when MJF mentions Will Ospreay's wife and kids, the look on Will Ospreay's face when Will Ospreay had this man look like this and looked towards MJF, Will Ospreay was standing on business. So even though that segment was good between MJF and Will Ospreay, but when it comes to Will Ospreay was standing on business against MJF. Oh man, but MJF mentioned his wife and kids. That's totally that's so sign of that is very disrespectful right there. But that segment was good, man. All right, let's move on. Commercial break. Backstage, we hear from Hangman Page, who states he's in the Casino Gauntlet match at AEW All In. Evil Uno passed by, prompting Hangman to ask him if he knows who else is in the match. Evil Uno says he just talked to Chris Daniels, and Evil Uno is in the Casino Gauntlet match, prompting Page to attack his former friend, laying him out before promoting to go through everyone in the match to gets a shot at Swerve Strickland. Alright, back at ringside, Claudio Castagnoli makes his way to the ring for our next match as he looks to challenge for the AEW Continental Championship. Out next is the champion as Kazuchika Okada heads to the ring before this match gets underway. So we get the AEW Continental Championship match. Kazuchika Okada defends against Claudio Castagnoli. This match was fantastic right here. Alright, the two stare each other down before locking up, with Okada sending his challenger to the corner before the referee intervenes. Okada breaks his hold back in away before the two lock up once more, with Okada being taken to the ropes by Claudio. It's time forcing the referee to intervene again. Claudio threatens an uppercut to make the champ flinch, flinch before stepping away. Okada takes to the ropes, but is caught in midair by the challenger, who managed to evade Okada's attempt to take him down right after. They trade strikes until Claudio takes the ropes for speed, only to be sent to the mat by Okada. We go to picture in picture. All right, we're back from picture in picture. Claudio escapes to the outside, but the champ managed to continues the attack as he wears Claudio down before bringing his challenger back into the ring. Claudio in the corner as he goes for a boot on Okada, who counters who counters into a figure four leg lock, but the challenger immediately fights out of it, landing some hard strikes on Okada to break free. Claudio Claudio makes it to his feet once more, bringing the champ up as we come back from break. And despite his best efforts, Okada is sent down hard to the mat with a suplex by the challenger. Okada heads to the corner, but the champ is overwhelmed by an uppercut from Claudio, who ends up sending the Rainmaker to the outside before charging at the champ with an uppercut against the barricade. Claudio brings him back into the ring for a cover, but only gets a 2 count as Okada kicks out. Both men back to their feet as Claudio lays in a couple right hands, which Okada returns in kind before they trade strikes. This comes to an end with Okada dropping to the canvas, but the champ is able to get back to his feet as he looks to turn things around on Claudio Castagnoli. This leads to an other exchange of strikes between both men, with the action spilling to the outside, where Okada sends Claudio crashing against the ring post before we go to another picture in picture. We're back from picture in picture. Okada continues the attack until the challenger catches him by surprise, locking in a sharpshooter to try and make the Rainmaker tap out. Okada crawls towards the ropes for a break, only for Claudio to transition to a Lebel lock as he brings the champ back to the middle of the ring. Okada ends up rolling the challenger to his back for a near fall that breaks the hold, leading to both men slowly getting back to a vertical base. Okada gets caught with a set of uppercuts in the corner by Claudio as we come back from break. Alright, Claudio grabs the champ, setting him up for a deadlift suplex that gets a near fall. Claudio leaves the ring for a breather before climbing the turnbuckle, only for Okada to intercept him with a dropkick, sending the challenger to the floor. Okada leaves the ring to bring him back in, hitting a body slam before going up top for an elbow drop, before Claudio intercepts with an uppercut. Another one keeps Okada at bay as Claudio sets up for a superplex, but Okada fights him off with some forearm strikes. Claudio fights back Claudio fights back with some right hands, but a headbutt sends him off the turnbuckle as Okada gets gets the drop on him before hitting a shotgun dropkick, sending Claudio to the corner. Okada goes back up for an elbow drop, opening out of a cover to mark the crowd before stepping on the chest of his challenger. He continues marking the fans as Claudio sits up, getting to his feet before sending the champ on a giant swing. He sets Okada down before taking the ropes, but the champ leads up for a dropkick followed by a Rainmaker lariat attempt that's blocked by the challenger. Neutralized by Claudio gets blocked as well, and Okada counters with a neckbreaker. Both men slowly fight back to their feet once more as we get a 1 minute warning from the ring announcer. The two men clobber each other with forearms until Okada catches Claudio with a backslide for a near fall, and Claudio responds with a pop up uppercut. Alright. Okada tries to roll to the apron but is dragged back in by Claudio, who lays into the champ for another near fall, and the bell rings as the time limit has been reached. Time limit draw. Kazuchika Okada retains the AEW Continental Championship. The crowd boos the the crowd boos the result as the Elite makes their way out, asking the crowd if they want 5 more minutes for the match, and only to say that Okada agrees to wrestle for 20 minutes tonight and no more. They give Claudio some kudos, but tells him to leave the ring before they physically remove him ahead of our next match. Alright, so it says this This brings out Darby Allin as a third of their opponents for the trios match, followed by FTR before the trio makes a beeline for the Elite to get this match on the way. All right, so we get the main event of the evening. So we get Darby Allin and FTR versus the Elite, and this match right here, this was I'm gonna say this was a decent main event right here. This was a decent main event match right here. After all the pre-match chaos, we start things off with Harwood getting the upper hand on Perry before attacking in Darby. But Perry quickly gets a tag to Matthew before leaving the ring. Darby shoves Matthew away before hitting a dive on the TNT champion on the outside. And chaos ensures between FTR outside. It says shoving Matthews away before hitting a dive on the TNT champion on the outside, and chaos ensures between FTR and the Young Bucks inside the ring. That part I was at. Things finally settled down, and Nicholas tag in, getting some help from Matthews to lay out Darby on the outside as we go to picture in picture. All right. We're back from picture in picture. The Elite continued the attack on Darby Allin, trading off tags to keep him isolated despite FTR's best effort to intervene. Jack Perry comes in with a chin lock on Darby, mocking FTR as we come back from break. Jack Perry holds Darby Allin up for a power bomb onto the corner where the Young Bucks add some damage with a kick to his back. Jack Perry goes back on the attack until Darby fights him off long enough to tag in Dax, who fends off the Young Bucks running in before hitting a German suplex twice over on Perry. He fights off Matthews before hitting a teardrop brainbuster on Perry for the cover, but Perry managed to kick out. Cash Cash tags in as they look for a shattering machine on Perry, but the Young Bucks intervene before Cash looks for a gory special on the TNT champion, only to be caught with a double super kick from the Young Bucks, which leaves Jack Perry get a backslide for a near fall. Um, Chaos ensures once more between all six men, all lead to Darby and FTR locking in Scorpion Deathlocks or Sharpshooter depending on preference on the Elite, only for the three to barely escape leaving the ring, seemingly set on leaving the ringside with their titles before Cash gets the drop on them. Darby gets in the ring now, unleashing a fury on the Young Bucks before hitting a cold red on Matthews as Perry is back in, only to be caught with a shadow machine by FTR. Perry rolls out as Darby Allin tags in with a power and glory maneuver, followed up with a coffin drop, getting Darby Allin and FTR to win. And this trio is about the winner of the match, the winner by pure fall, Darby Allin and FTR. This was a decent main event match. The elite, the elite, the elite to escape into the crowd as the Acclaim makes their way out to the stage. No rap from Mascaster tonight. He is focused on running down FTR and the Young Bucks before promising the Acclaim will win the tag titles at AEW All In. Anthony Bounce gets the mic now, talking about how hard they're going to fight in Wembley Stadium to win the titles at AEW All In because everybody loves the Acclaim. Billy Gunn says if you're not down with that, we got two words for you: the Cliff, the Cardiff crowd fills in the blank, and and yeah, and AEW what is it? Pretty sure that was it. And yeah, it says we cut backstage where Renee Paquette checks in on Will Ospreay after the beatdown. Will Ospreay is still bloody as Brian Danielson steps into view, telling the aerial assassin to do it, perhaps giving the probable blasting. I'm not blasting, blessing of shorts to use the Tiger Driver at AEW as we cut to commercial. All right, commercial break. I, I, we, I, I'm sorry. We come back to ringside where Nigel McGuinness is standing by as he introduced Swerve Strickland for this final showdown ahead of their AEW World Championship match at AEW All In. This brings out the champion as Swerve Strickland comes to the ring alongside Prince Nana. With the champ in the ring, Nigel McGuinness starts to introduce his opponent, choosing to run Brian Danielson down before hyping up the champ, asking Swerve Strickland how it feels to go into this match as an overwhelming favorite. Swerve Strickland retirees Nigel McGuinness' point of being the most dangerous man in AEW, addressing the people he's defeated to get where he is as AEW World Champion. He goes down the list, bringing up Hangman Page, Jay White, Samoa Joe, Claudio, Castagnoli, Christian Cage, and Will Ospreay. Swerve promised to dissect Brian Danielson in that ring, doing so partially, magically, and significantly. Nigel McGuinness says there is one man who hasn't joined that list, but Swerve Strickland cuts him off, saying he isn't done. He talks about both men being from the Pacific Northwest, but he can't help but feel offended by Brian Danielson's remarks of being ready for retirement, saying Brian Danielson isn't going to take that moment from Swerve Strickland. He's going to make sure Brian Danielson is capable of getting back in the ring after AEW All In. After the disclaimer, Brian Danielson is inside Wembley Stadium. Maybe Brian Danielson gets that itch again down the line going to some independent wrestling shows in the state of Washington. Nigel McGuinness tries to back away, but is told to stay by the champ, who says he'll be there behind the curtain to beat him down. Alright, maybe Brian Danielson will go to the arena, Mexico, and take on other personal to hide that he's got the itch that wrestling, but Schwarzenegger will be there to beat him down. Maybe Brian Danielson will have a chat with his family about having to itch to wrestle again. Guess where Schwarzenegger will be? This brings out Brian Danielson, who runs down the champ, eager to get get his hands on the champ. After those last remarks, Swerve Strickland escapes the ring as Brian Danielson that maybe some folks are confused because he doesn't go out there every week to talk to 29 minutes. I'm not 29, but 20 minutes about himself. He is the best wrestler in the world, and everyone knows that. Swerve Strickland talks about crippling Ryan Danielson in front of his daughter, but at AEW All In, when he steps into the ring in front of everyone who paid to see him, when he performs for everyone watching at home and for his family, Schwarzenegger will have to do more than cripple Brian Danielson. He will have to nearly kill him because Brian Danielson will leave his soul in this ring. One question must be asked: will Brian Danielson be Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship? With the question mark, the crowd starts chanting yes as Brian Danielson says the fans know the answer, and so does Swerve Strickland. Brian Danielson leads the crowd in another yes chant, and Prince Nana pulls back from fuming Swerve Strickland, the pair stepping away by Brian Danielson pulls for the crowd to bring AEW Dynamite to a close. Alright, and what does it say? It says it says AEW Dynamite goes off the air. All right, let me give my honest opinion of what I think about AEW Dynamite. Now, AEW Dynamite was a good show, and that's why I have to. It was a very good show, and I enjoyed the show for what it was. And if you guys made it this far, if you guys enjoyed my AEW Dynamite review on highlights, please give this video a big fat thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys think of AEW Dynamite because it was a very good show, and I enjoyed the show for what it was. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please go watch the video. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content because I'm on the road to 7K. Follow my social media down below in the description. And I will see you guys tomorrow for I will stream Fortnite I will stream live on YouTube for some Fortnite tomorrow. So make sure you guys be on the lookout for that. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And I am the best supporter on YouTube. When it comes to me being in the wrestling community, I analyze about what happened in professional wrestling from start to finish. So let me know let me know in the comment section. Do you guys want to join the KFG club? Sign up down below in the comment section, and I will make a YouTube short video next, letting all my subs and viewers know I'm gonna have an upcoming work premiere for my AEW Dynamite review on highlights. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. KFG crew, KFG Kings, KFG Club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.